Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Road to Retire, where I try to document every single side hustle that I do every week to try and retire early. In this video, I want to talk YouTube. I've been doing YouTube now for several years. However, I took a hiatus for about 2 years. Recently started doing videos since maybe about March of this year, where I got remonetized. So let's talk about YouTube being a viable side hustle. Is it worth it if you are like me and you are a very small channel? Let's get into it. So let's get into the cost of starting a YouTube channel. Obviously it's going to be beneficial if you have a computer, but you can do everything off your phone. There are video editing apps on your phone that you can use. It just will be more difficult. So if you watched any of my videos in the past month, basically it's me on the screen like you see now, or maybe I'll have a web page or something behind me, my Google Sheets behind me. So how much did it cost to pretty much get my basics set up? This is as cheap as it possibly gets. As you can tell by the camera quality, it's okay, nothing great. It's a cheap webcam that I got off Amazon. It records 1080p and it gets up to 30 frames a second. It cost me about $30. Next, you need an okay microphone, and this one I also got on Amazon. It's the Tonor brand. Again, I think it cost me like $30. I'll link them in the description below if you're interested, but it's very basic. And to do my screen recording, I use OBS. This is nothing new to anyone who's done anything YouTube related or streaming related. OBS is a free tool. It's free to use software. I highly recommend to anyone who wants to record their screen time. And this is important to note that, the videos that I'm doing now are with the cheapest possible production quality, just because I didn't know if it was if I was going to get remonetized, just because the requirements to get monetized on YouTube are a lot harder now than they were back when I was doing it around 5 years ago. 5 years ago, all you needed was 10,000 lifetime views. Nowadays, you need 1,000 subs, which I already had, but you need 4,000 watch hours in the past 365 days. It's a very tall task, not gonna lie. And if you do shorter videos, it's gonna be very difficult for you to monetize. So keep that in mind. If you're someone who's thinking about getting into YouTube, if you are one to do shorter videos, maybe you do animation skits or something like that only end up being 3 minutes, yet take a lot of work to do, it might be very difficult to reach that 4,000 watch hours unless you get a ton of views and a lot of subscribers very quickly to keep watching your content and your new content. So keep that in mind. That's why I try to churn out longer videos. Even if the subject matter is pretty short, I try to churn it out as long as I can, and a lot of YouTubers are known for doing that. However, keep in mind, my setup now is dirt cheap, so my quality is not as good as it used to be 5 years ago, where I had a $100 webcam and I had a blue microphone, which was about $150 at the time, so my voice was a lot better. And I'm going to compare what I was making back then when I was first initially monetized and getting more views than I am now, versus what I'm making now on average per day, getting, maybe 100 to 200 organic views. So let's dive into the numbers. So right now we're looking at my YouTube studio, and just to prove that I am a very small channel, here's the last 7 days. And as you can see, 3,000 views in the last 7 days, and that's with recording, as you can see down here, publishing 4 videos, and I'm at 3,000 views in the past 7 days. So I'm a very small channel. I typically average around anywhere from 150 to 500 views per video. So even though I have 7,000 subscribers, a lot of them were from when I previously did my videos 5 years ago, and I'm trying to, rebrand a little bit. I was a dividend investing channel pretty much exclusively, and now I'm focusing more on personal finance, side hustles. So I had a little bit of a rebrand. So of those 7,000 subscribers, maybe only 2,000 are actively, searching and watching my channel. So 3,000 views in the past 7 days. Very small YouTuber. So let's get into the numbers of what I have earned during this tenure of recording. So as we look at my revenue page here, you can see I started getting monetized around April 4th, and I'm averaging around $1 a day. So look, obviously YouTube, you can scale. So I'm going to show you what I was previously earning and how much better it was when I was getting a lot more views. I wouldn't say a lot more views, maybe around double, but probably more organic views, really into the content. Now it's, I'm trying to find my core audience here, but I'm averaging around $1 a day. So $9.49 since April 4th. It's now April 14th. So obviously there's a little lag there. So maybe I'm averaging around $1.05. Right now, as a small YouTuber, I'm making pennies on the dollar. And keep in mind, even though the amount that they estimate goes to your AdSense account around the 21st to the 26th of the month, you need $100 minimum in your AdSense account in order to cash it out. So, if your channel's making $20 a month, let's say, you're not going to be able to actually see any of that money for 5 months until you accumulate to $100. So just keep that in mind. I think a lot of people don't mind if it was small pennies, if you're able to see that amount of money. I'm in the side hustle world, and a lot of times it's like, well, as long as the minimum threshold is really low, I can do crap work because I'll see some money coming in. So just keep in mind, if you're not making $100 a month from your YouTube channel, you're not going to see any of that money. So until that threshold is reached on AdSense. So it's very important to keep that in mind. But this is now being paid $1 a day with a really small channel, getting 200 to 500 views on a video, maybe recording 3 to 4 videos a week. I try my best to pump out as much content as I can now just to get this ball rolling a little bit more. But I do want to show you what revenue was like when my YouTube was peak, I guess you could say, and getting a lot more views. So I'm showing you the entire year of 2019 because this was above and beyond the best year I had on YouTube. I had a good core audience of a couple thousand subscribers that would tune into my videos almost every single time I post it. I was getting a solid 500 to 1,000 views on each video, very organic. I wasn't doing anything sketchy or anything. So all of those playbacks, when I say sketchy or organic, I mean like all of those playbacks were monetized playbacks. There was nothing like going to a third-party app or something and just like getting views to get views. These were all monetized playbacks. So as you can see, $1,800 in 1 year for a very small YouTube channel with a couple thousand subscribers, getting 1,000 views on a video. To me, that's pretty darn good. And now, obviously, it's common sense in the YouTube world that the more views you get, the more money you're going to make. But I'll show you what my highest viewed video during this tenure did by itself, just to show that, it can depend on what type of content you are doing. So as you can see here, when I began to get monetized, you can see I haven't been publishing any videos really during that time, but like, even before I started publishing again from my older videos, I'm getting anywhere from $2 to $10 a day. And in my opinion, $2 to $10 a day is great for a small YouTube channel. I mean, I think what happened is back then, the ads were a little bit better paying, especially for my niche since I was in finance. Finance ads tend to pay a little bit better. And I think nowadays, since I'm doing side hustle videos, that, I'm not necessarily getting those financial ads that pay as much. So keep in mind that your type of content does matter, and I'll show you why in my top video here that made me earn up to $35 in 1 day, which was the highest that I've ever seen in 1 day of ad revenue. And as you can see, it clearly shows that when you post more, you're going to get more views and more money, because as you can see, I had a long hiatus here of about 2 months where I didn't post anything, and then it dipped to $2 a day. So keep in mind, sometimes posting more is detrimental to your channel. Sometimes it's better to just do 1 or 2 videos a month, make it as high quality as you can, and hopefully that high quality content relates to more views on that one specific video, and you don't need to make as many videos as I do. That's just the way I like to do it. I like to make as many videos as I can. To me, my mindset is that, you do a bunch of videos, one of them can become mini viral, which is what happened here. So let's get into what my highest created video in terms of monetization and views was. and why it probably made less money than all my other videos in terms of CRM. So here is my most viral video, and it was a one-off. So I didn't talk anything gambling or horse racing specific on my channel. It's mostly dividend investing at this time, but I personally love the Kentucky Derby, so I said, you know what, I'm just going to do a full analysis of the Kentucky Derby that year of 2019, and I'm going to go over the past performances. And man, it just caught fire. I think what happened was, first of all, it's 46 minutes long, and it's a comprehensive, in-depth review of every single horse that was in that race. But I also got the jump I noticed on people. So as soon as like the post positions got picked, I made a video as soon as I possibly could when I had all the past performance information. So I think I had the jump on everyone. They saw how long it was, so they knew it was going to be in depth. So look at that, 64,000 views, almost at 65,000 views. And I gained 386 subscribers from that video, which is crazy. And they were probably disappointed because I didn't really have any other, gambling or horse racing related content on here. But I ended up making $62.62 from this video, and I probably earned a couple pennies here and there for whatever reason getting remonetized. But what I would like to point out is that the ads on this obviously were not finance related, because it was related to horse racing, it was relating to gambling. And in 2019, when I recorded this video, there was no real online gambling yet at the time in the United States. So there was no advertisements for like FanDuel or DraftKings. So I probably could have got a lot more money, if a video like this blew up nowadays. However, it didn't. So the point I'm trying to get across here is that if this was in my niche, which was finance at the time, I probably could have made over $100 pretty darn easily. But it's cool to have a video blow up. 65,000 views is absolutely insane for a small channel of my caliber. I was so happy to see that. And, it is one of my passions, talking about it. So it's cool to see your passion really getting noticed. So what's the conclusion here? So even though I'm making pennies on the dollar now, $1 a day, and that's with putting extra videos out nowadays, it's not like I'm earning $1 a day off old videos or anything. I would say that, YouTube is appealing because it's scalable. So if you are able to really focus on your YouTube channel and, get the views that you think that you're deserving, really research the search engine optimization, getting the right tags, producing better thumbnails. That's a problem that I have on my channel, is that my thumbnails tend to be pretty stinky. But YouTube's very scalable, and you can make a lot of money. As you can see, for me as a side hustle back in 2019, $1,800 is well worth it, and it was awesome. Getting a passive income of around $5 a day. Now I know it's not passive, you're working for it, but it's just cool to have something that's giving you money every single day. I was big into dividend investing at the time, so it's almost like it was a dividend coming into me every single day. So the point is, if you have a small channel, it can be worth it. If you're trying to just do YouTube for the money, it's not gonna pan out. You have to be passionate about what you're doing. You have to convey it in a way that's enthusiastic to potential viewers and make them see the light that you see in your own content. So is it worth it? Yes, it can be. Just keep in mind, it can be a long grind to see anything fruitful in terms of monetary rewards coming your way. So hope you enjoyed the video. If you're into reviewing and side hustles and seeing people progress in their personal finances, paying off their house early, trying to retire early, subscribe to the channel. Hope you enjoyed the video. See everyone in the next one.